I'll set up your pigeon.
So there it is. As simple as that. Deke is in Jake's way. And as Delphi has said of him, Jake is a winner. When he wants something, nothing will stop him until he gets it, which makes Deke a loser and Delphi the prize. Yet, Las Vegas is the gambling capital of America. And any time you gamble, even at the worst odds, you can luck out. I'll return shortly with Act 3. The die is cast. The step is taken, and I cannot draw back, so said Julius Caesar when he crossed the Rubicon. King Richard III expressed it a little differently. I have set my life upon the cast, and will stand the hazard of the die. But in this case, Jake Alexander's is not the life that is in danger. And die doesn't mean dice, but death itself.
I met them at the plane. Two beautiful people. The knife really cut deep to see how well they suited each other. But my want for Delphi, my need for her, blotted out any stirrings of conscience. I'd been uneasy knowing that somewhere a hard, stone-cold pair of eyes were measuring the victim for his coffin. But that was wiped out by my own surge of desire for this golden woman who now meant my whole life. Hello, kids. Welcome to Never Never Land.
Hiya, Jake, old pal.
It's so good to see you, Napoleon. What worlds have you been conquering lately?
No. The only member of the ruling class here is you in name as well as character. Principessa.
A diplomat as well as a salesman.
No, just a plain wheeler dealer, in this case with everyone's best interest at heart.
Hey, Jake, you really think I have a shot at this picture?
You better believe it. We're starting to get near the payoff.
You know something? I love you, Jake.
Well, like a fella says, that goes double. Oh, come on. Let's go make sure everything's set up just right for you.
Jake wants me to meet the director of the picture, darling, so you finish dressing for dinner. I'll be back to pick you up.
Can I come down and join you?
No, the director isn't here at this hotel. He's over at the Sahara Vista. I'll grab a cab. I'll run over there. I'll be back within the hour.
Okay, darling, but don't keep me waiting. I miss you every second you're away.
I was biting my nails. Oh, the director was in town, all right, and I had made the appointment. But the hidden appointment was the big one. Somewhere, going or coming, Deke Roberts was going to cease to be. It was almost impossible to sit and be myself with Delphi as we had drinks in the cocktail lounge.
He ought to be here pretty soon, don't you think?
Well, that's a good sign of he's late, I think. Maybe he and Hugo hit it off pretty well.
Oh, I hope so. You know something, Jake?
What's that, Duchess?
Duchess. Do you call all your girls that?
No. Even when I had them, which I don't anymore. Just you.
You really know how to set up a woman, don't you, Jake?
Just how to love one.
Oh, dear. Well, maybe Deke does have some cause.
Cause for what?
Well, what I was going to tell you. My husband is very jealous of you.
Me?
Yes. He knows that next to him, I love you better than anyone else.
You love me?
Well, it isn't difficult to learn, given the teacher, and given the fact that you're saving our marriage. As much as we love each other, I don't think it could work unless he's a success for either of us. So, you see, you hold our lives in the hollow of your magic hands. Jake, what is it? What's wrong?
Duchess, excuse me. I've got a call. I have to make it. Believe me, it's life or death. The whole thing hit me flat in the face. This deal was all wrong. Oh, forget the morals, but just on a practical basis. With Deke dead, Delphi would only mourn him, and I was shut out just as much as I was now. But the other, I should have thought of that first. Jealousy. A motive as old as hate and more effective than death. That was the way to do it. If I could only get to Bernie in time. I was sweating like a pig. I tried everything I knew to locate him, and this was the last chance.
Yeah?
Bernie, it's Jake. Call it off.
I don't know if I can.
You better. You just gotta.
I'll do what I can. I'll get back to you. Now get off the line.
I don't know what I said to Delphi for the next half hour. I must have been as good an actor as any of my clients because she didn't seem to notice I was on the edge of losing all my marbles. But somehow I kept up a front until...
Excuse me, Mr. Alexander. Call for you.
Oh, thank you, waiter. I'll
The phone is already plugged in. You can take it right here.
Oh, well, thanks. Jake Alexander.
You know who, Jake. Signal's off. Your boy is safe.
Oh, thank God.
Are you all right, Jake?
Huh? Oh, yes, sure, never better.
I've never seen you like this before.
Oh, how?
Well, with all your defenses down, you're just so human.
Oh, well, I guess it's a thing most people forget about us 10%ers. Now and again, we're human beings, too. Whose skin was I really trying to save with my sudden change of mind? I'll let any of you judge. And the rest of the story doesn't get any prettier. Oh, it was easy enough for me to pull all the strings. The controls were all in my hands. The jobs that somehow never quite materialized. The constant stream of controlled publicity about Deke as a young stag, both hunted and the hunter.
Well, it's getting so that you spend more time with me than Deke does, Jake.
Well, he's building a career, and I'm resting on my laurels.
Does he have to build it, running around with every sexpot starlet, while I sit at home with you?
Oh, you don't think he enjoys running around with these bird brains, do you?
Well, I guess I don't. Frankly, it's not their brains that has me worried.
Oh, come on. Flesh is a commodity in L.A., not something to lust after. You've seen one, you've seen them all.
Or if you've had only one, maybe you'd like to check out the rest.
Now, you seriously think that any woman could hold any attractions for Deke after you?
What do you think?
You know, since the first moment I shared the sun with you, no other woman ever could.
I didn't mean you. I was asking you about Deke.
Oh. Well, you know, maybe his head is turned a bit. I'll check it out. Don't worry.
What would he do without you? Jake?
Yes?
How long? When is he going to get a job?
I'm doing my best.
He was so good in that picture in Venice.
For you, honey. The trick is to make the rest of the world agree with you. Oh, I was masterful, all right. An Iago dripping the careful poison of jealousy into my female Othello's ear. Slow but sure. Destroy Deke's image. Bring her to the point of seeing him for the handsome, empty hulk he was. Teaching her to be ready to cut him out of her heart and leave room, after the divorce, for me to fill the gap. Just two things I didn't allow for. And that's where it all went wrong. Well, it's getting around that time, Del. I better be on my way.
Oh, must you go so soon?
Well, lone lady at home, no husband about. You know how tongues can wag in this town.
Let them.
I just wish they had something to wag about.
I just wish that was the reason I asked you to stay.
Well, that's a funny thing to say.
Not really. Oh, Jake, darling. All I mean was that I wish I gave something to you ever instead of just taking and taking.
I enjoy giving and giving.
Oh, you're a lamb. Even if it's your fault that I've ended up as a movie star in the making widow. Who is his nubile, succulent, photogenic doll for tonight?
Oh, I don't remember, Del. He and the press agent pick him out.
You mean Deke makes the dates himself?
Oh, sure. I mean, after we've screened them. Oh, now, you're not jealous, are you?
Yes, damn you, I am. but I'll swallow it if that's the way it has to be. Jake, could I ask you something? Could you help me to get a gun?
A gun? Well, what for and why me?
I don't want to get Deke upset. I don't even want him to know about it, but... Well, last night there was a prowler around. I think there's been one a couple of times before, and well, frankly, I'd feel more comfortable if I had some protection.
Oh, sure, honey, you'll get it.
It's just with Deke out of the house every night, sometimes till early in the morning. Anyway, you can help me buy one, or whatever it is that you do.
I can do better than that. I have a gun. I never use it, so you can have that. And from now on, you've got a guest for the evenings when Deke is abroad. Thanks,
Jake. But I don't think you should be here too much. I don't want to worry Deke or do anything to interfere with his career, and, well...
Well, what?
You'd never believe it, you sweet old darling, but Deke is really jealous of you.
That was a rocker, all right. But if I had any doubts about my Machiavellian operation, that stilled them for good. I had even more incentive to get Deke out of Delphi's life for good. Because now I had some hope. It was worth all the deals, persuading the girls to keep him out late, to compromise him every way they could, paying the photographers to trail them, waiting for that set of prints damning enough to be sure Delphi would divorce him. Sure, it was taking time, but slow as sure. But that night, a sudden decision to take the gun back to Delphi brought the whole thing to a head.
Well, you didn't have to bring this back tonight, Jake.
Well, I wouldn't have slept easy knowing you were worried.
Look, I don't mean to rush you, but, well, Deke should be home at any minute. I'm afraid...
All right, I'm on my way.
What's that car running?
It's mine. Shows my intentions were good. I left the motor running, huh? Good night, then.
Good night. And thanks.
Well, that makes it all worthwhile, huh? See you, baby.
I watched the car go by me where I'd hidden in the bushes. Seeing the car lights in the driveway, I parked my car in the street and walked up the drive. I had a hunch I was going to find what I was going to find. It all added up after what my date had blurted out just a half hour ago. All those evenings, Jake had been paying these dames to keep me out. Everyone in town knew he'd been bad-mouthing me at the studios, queering every possible deal to hire me. Big deal, big friend, some agent. That was the big contract my wife had bought me. Don't lie to me, Del. I know it. I know what's been going on.
Deke, please, honestly, there is nothing between Jake and me.
What was he doing at the house, huh? With the car running? Why did he take off the way he did the moment I get home? Don't you think I saw you in each other's arms?
But, darling, you don't understand. Please. I was thanking him for something.
Thanking him for what?
Well, nothing, really. Oh, well, for this.
A gun? Holy mother, it's gone that far? You think you needed that to get rid of me?
Rid of you? Well, what are you talking about? That's the last thing
Damn right it's the last thing I'll let you do. Here, give me that. Give it to me. If there's anything getting rid of to be done...
Oh, Deke. Deke, I love you. Don't let me die. You killed me, Deke.
Del! No! Del!
I had stopped outside when I saw Deke's car. I had a hunch to go back, but before I'd made up my mind, the first shot came. And the second made up my mind for me. They were both dead by the time I got there. I sat down and cried like I haven't since I was a baby. I was still crying when the police came. Oh, I made it easy for them. There didn't have to be an investigation. I confessed. To hell was the difference? I didn't have anything left to live for. And in the eyes of God and a conscience, I rediscovered I had killed them both just as surely as if my finger had pulled the trigger on my gun that I'd never used.
Poetic justice, yes, but not much solace